Paging Aitken Robertson to courtroom number 2. The jury is back with a verdict. Members of the jury, how do you find the accused? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty on all accounts, Your Honor.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Legally Speaking. I'm Melanie Van Orde, your host and paralegal at Aitken Robertson, and today I'm joined by criminal defense lawyer Richard Aitken. We are talking about sentencing principle. What guides the courts when deciding what sentence to impose when someone is convicted of a crime?
Thanks, Melanie. Sentencing is such an important part of the criminal justice system, and it's great to have this opportunity to break it down for everyone.
Well, let's start with the basics. What is the purpose of sentencing, Richard?
Sentencing serves several purposes, all of which are outlined in Section 718 of the Criminal Code. These include denouncing unlawful conduct, sending a message that certain behavior is unacceptable, deterring crime, not just for this offender, but society as a whole, separating offenders from society, if necessary, to protect the public, rehabilitating offenders, helping them reintegrate into society, providing reparations, compensating the victims or the community for harm done, and lastly, promoting responsibility, encouraging offenders to acknowledge the harm they've caused.
So, Richard, how do courts decide what sentence is appropriate for a particular crime?
Sentencing must be proportional to two things: the gravity of the offense and the degree of responsibility of this offender. Essentially, the punishment should fit the crime and the offender's role in committing that crime.
So, Richard, I've heard of aggravating and mitigating factors. What are those, and then how do they affect sentencing?
Great question. Aggravating factors make a sentencing more harsh. For example, if the victim was a minor, in other words, under 18, if the offense was motivated by hate, bias, or prejudice, or if the offender was in a position of power or trust over the victim, perhaps a parent, a babysitter, a teacher, a coach. On the other hand, mitigating factors can reduce a sentence. Examples include if the offender is young or immature, if the offense was committed in self-defense but was overreached. Perhaps a person was attacked, had some self-defense, but when the attacker was on the ground, started kicking them in the head, that extra force would be beyond what would be expected and allowed in the circumstances. If the offender had a minor role in the crime, or of course, if the person had never been before the courts in the past. These factors help the court tailor the sentence to the specific circumstances of the case.
And then how does the court ensure that the sentencing is fair and consistent?
Courts aim for consistency by comparing similar cases. Sentences should be similar for similar offenders who have committed similar offenses in similar circumstances. This helps ensure fairness and avoids arbitrary punishments.
And Richard, does sentencing always mean jail time?
Not at all. Courts are required to consider less restrictive options before imposing a custodial sentence. Alternatives include probation, fines, conditional sentences such as house arrest, or restorative justice approaches. These options are particularly important for Indigenous offenders, where the focus is often on rehabilitation and community healing.
How does the court approach sentencing in cases of intimate partner violence?
Intimate partner violence, or IPV, is treated very seriously. Courts consider the increased vulnerability of victims, especially Indigenous women, who face higher risks of IPV. Sentences in these cases often reflect a need to protect victims and to send a strong message that IPV is unacceptable.
Thank you so much, Richard. This has been incredibly insightful. What is the key takeaway for someone who is curious about sentencing principles?
Sentencing isn't just about punishment, it's about balancing multiple goals, protecting society, supporting rehabilitation, and ensuring fairness. Every case is unique, and the principles of sentencing help guide the courts to the appropriate outcome.
Well, thank you so much, Richard, and thank you for everyone else watching Legally Speaking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more legal insights. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and take care. Thank you for tuning in to Legally Speaking, proudly brought to you by Aitken Robertson Criminal Defence. We represent clients facing criminal charges all over Ontario, providing you with legal support and dedicated advocacy. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more content, please like and subscribe to our channel. For more information, visit our website. We also offer free books on various types of criminal charges, which you can request on our website or by using the QR codes on your screen now. For legal assistance, call us today or visit our website to request a meeting with one of our experienced lawyers or licensed paralegals. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Legally Speaking.